Q&A so that you can get to know me a little bit better on the travel side. Really quick before I even start, if the audio doesn't sound the best, I am sorry. There are a couple of things working against me right now. I am outside, so you're gonna hear some background noise, and I just switched my phone and don't have the proper headset for it, so that will be coming soon. So try to hear me as best as you can, and I'll try to speak up as best as I can. Got it? Good. Number one, my favorite place to travel so far, New York. Come on, New York's amazing. New York is like the epicenter of everything. It's where, you know, life breathes into the United States. It's amazing. Every time I go or find myself going there, I always experience a different side of that state. Nothing is the same. You know, they're forever changing, forever building. There are always new restaurants, new experiences, new art installation. All types of stuff goes down in New York. That has to be my very number one place to be. What can't I travel without? I cannot travel without a portable charger. I've done that before and it was a hot mess. My phone was turning off every which way. Could not get anywhere. But thank God I had a friend that had a portable charger, or I would have been in some serious shit. So I'm glad that she kind of saved my skin on that. But ever since then, I keep 2 portable chargers with me at all times. It just keeps me on the go. I don't have to stop to a restaurant to charge my things. That has slowed me down once before, and I refuse to allow that to happen again. So 2 portable chargers. My top 3 bucket list destinations. Let me think about that. So I have always said that I want to go to Japan. I love the whole idea about Japanese culture. I think they have a beautiful culture. The art's beautiful. I'm in love with anime. That is like a big part of my life. I just have to be there eventually. I have to see it. I have to. My other place would have to be Switzerland. The mountains are beautiful. It just looks like such a vibe. So that would be number 2. And number 3 would be, geez, that's a hard one, because Morocco was one of them, but I already went, so I don't know. Let's leave that one up to be determined. Or New Zealand. I like New Zealand. The idea of New Zealand. Most interesting item of food I've ever eaten would have to be congealed blood. I believe it or not, I actually had that at home here. Like, it was not something from overseas or whatever the case, but I had congealed blood at a Japanese restaurant. I think it was, ooh, that's so bad. I don't know if it was Japanese or not, but it was Asian. It was like a little cube and it tasted like clay, like mineral clay. Don't ask me how I know what clay tastes like, but that's exactly what it tasted like. It wasn't bad, didn't have much of a taste. It was just different. Which country for me had the friendliest people? Morocco. Hands down, Morocco was awesome. They were so inviting and welcoming, and I almost felt like I was at a home away from home. It almost seemed as if like everybody smiled a lot, and I guess, I don't know, I loved it. I thought it was really, really cool. And if you had a question, you needed help finding somewhere, they were like on it. What is the best piece of travel advice that I have ever received? Was to read. I learned, I mean, I'm not gonna say I learned that from someone because that's like a big common sense thing. I experienced having to pay closer attention being with my friend Star. She's an avid traveler, and you know, just traveling with her once, I learned how many things I missed from not paying attention and literally reading everything word for word to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I would have to say pay attention, read directions, read instructions, pay attention, because you'll end up lost, you end up missing something, you know, nobody wants to deal with that. So read, it's fundamental. How did my relatives feel about me traveling at first? Child, please, they was not having it at first. When I first left the country, and my first travel experience basically in general, I went to Iceland. And I remember when I came up to my mom, I'm like, Ma, I'm going to Iceland with, you know, a few friends. It was like 2 friends. And it's going to be in whatever time of year. And she was just kind of like, yeah, I'm sure. You know, I don't really think that they believed me at first until I start showing them like flights, itineraries, things like that, and time got closer. Of course, the panic set in, and it was like, well, what are you gonna do there? Where are you gonna be? Why did you want to go to that? And then I messed around and made a big mistake and told my grandma because I was so excited, and she really was like going in on me. If somebody's, I don't want to say discouraging, because what it is them amplifying their fears onto you. When that's happening, ignore it. Sometimes you just have to ignore it, push past it to be able to do what you want to do. It's not that they don't want you to have a good time. It's not that they don't want the best for you. The thing of the matter is that they do want the best for you, but they're projecting their own fears of doing what you want to do onto you. And for some people, they will absorb that and not do anything with themselves, so don't do that. Hear it, understand it, love them for loving you that much, but don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do. So that's that. My dream lifestyle. For real, I want to be a camper. I want to be one of those people that take one of those vans or like a mini school bus, rip it out, renovate the inside of the van in order to make it into like a home. Y'all, they be making these vans look like luxury lifestyle vans. Like, if you can fit everything that you absolutely love into a van, it's much cheaper. You can really make it look beautiful and make it feel spacious compared to what you consider is spacious. I have lived in apartments for a long period of my life, so it doesn't bother me to be in a smaller space. And I kind of always thought that I wanted to live in like a tiny home once in my life or something like that. So I think that would be like an awesome alternative to buying a home. What is the weirdest thing I've experienced abroad? I was in a cab in Morocco, and we were on our way from an excursion to our room. Our cab driver was speeding through the walkway. I'm thinking nothing of it because I'm like, this man lives here, he does this as a job, he's been doing this all his life. Surely enough, the fool hit somebody and knocked the woman off of her little scooter, but surprisingly the woman got up smiling, which was odd. He had the nerve, the audacity to yell at this woman for being in his way while he was speeding. So that will probably be one of the weirdest things that's ever happened while I've been abroad. Airbnb or hotel. Now, most of y'all that know me very, very well know that I'm a stickler for Airbnb. I love Airbnb. However, only within the States. I would not Airbnb out of the States unless it's to a safe, or where I know for a fact it's a safe destination. What destination did I find to be overrated? Ibiza. Definitely Ibiza. And it's not because I didn't really like it, but it's more so because I'm from South Florida. I'm around beaches all the time. I'm not too far from Miami. It wasn't something foreign to me to be in an area like that. So it almost felt like I was home, and I was a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, I was bored with that. But if you're someone who's not used to that type of lifestyle and you are not around a lot of beaches and things, and you take advantage of Ibiza, you may fall in love with it. For me though, I just felt like I could have skipped it, but I'm glad I went just to say I went. Describe myself in 3 words. How could I? I'm kidding. If I could describe myself in 3 words, I would have to say logical, thoughtful, and curious. I prefer logic over emotion because I feel like you can get things done being more logical. You can understand things better when you're being logical. It's more of a matter of thinking rather than feeling. Thoughtful, I love doing things for people and for animals. Curious, I love to question things. Like my Google is full of what if I did this, or where is that, or is this or that, or blah blah blah. Like, I question things all the time. I enjoy absorbing new information. My words slip by. I'm gonna try to say it to where it makes sense. There's no such thing as bad things happening in your life. There is good experiences and good lessons. And from those lessons, you should always be a student of life and learn them. I know that sounds a little bit weird, a little backwards, but basically what it is that I try to live my life with the glass half full, regardless to what the situation may be. I like to think that either positive things happen to me or things that I'm supposed to have happen to me. So obviously I will be a big believer in everything happens for a reason. I utilize whatever it is that I've learned in my past to the benefit of my future the best possible as I can. And if I haven't learned the lesson yet, I keep the lesson in the back of my mind and I think about it enough until I feel that I've gotten something out of it. Alright, you guys, so you got to learn a little bit about me. I hope my audio works really well for you all. Until I hit the speaker or the mic, this is what we're going to be listening to, so I hope it worked out. So I am so glad to have been able to share with you who I am, what I represent, and answer a couple questions for you all to get to know me a little bit better. If you have any more questions about me, I would love to do another Q&A because I really enjoyed this. Just leave your questions right there below, and please, 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 do not forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks, you guys. Love ya, and I will holler at y'all later. Bye.